My name is Lucretia Loke, and I'm an educational psychologist from Singapore, and I'm a recent graduate of the Doctorate in Educational and Child Psychology program in UCL. I've always wanted to be an educational psychologist since young because I believe in the importance of education and education being a passport to the future. I decided that it's time for me to seek a new challenge and become a full-fledged educational psychologist myself. As an overseas student from Singapore, UCL was actually my first choice when I decided to pursue a doctoral training in educational and child psychology. I looked at many programs, both in the States as well as in the UK. I decided on UCL for several reasons. The first of which is that UCL is a brand name institution known for its academic rigor. The second of which, in fact, I like the most about the program, it's its emphasis on theory, research, and practice. As a practitioner in the field of educational psychology, I wanted a program that not just deepened my awareness and knowledge of psychological theories, but one that gives me sufficient practice to kind of implement those skills and knowledge in everyday life as an EP. It was a very interesting experience coming from Singapore and working 4 years with the Ministry of Education and then coming to London. For me, if I could summarize my experience here, it would be one word: splendid. I've really enjoyed my time in London, not just from the program, but also the opportunities that could be afforded just being in London. So for instance, I've also upgraded my own skills by going for continuing professional development sessions organised by the local authorities or even by the British Psychological Society. So being in London has given me that space and time to not just read up more on new research, to think critically about the issues surrounding the field of educational psychology. Students come from all walks of life in the program. It's a very diverse class. So I could be sitting in the classroom and on my left there is a teacher with 20 years of experience as a special educational needs coordinator. And on my right, there would have been a caseworker who has worked with juvenile delinquents in the Youth Offending Service. And opposite me, there could be a behavioural therapist who has worked with children with autism. So everyone brings in their own life experiences and work backgrounds to the classroom. And that has really helped to contribute to a very robust discussion in class. And I've learned so much from my course mates. What I found really useful about the course is not just its structured and very methodological approach in integrating theory, research and practice for the students. What I really liked as well is the transparency of how the course will be conducted, the assignment considerations, how you'll be graded, who you can turn to for help. All that is explicitly shared right from the get-go. And in such a way, the course actually sets you up for success because there's lots of regular supervision provided by the UCL tutors. And feedback is always constructive, very positive. You know exactly what you do well in and you're encouraged to do more of it. And in areas of development, very constructive feedback is given to tell you exactly how you can improve. So for me, both as a novice researcher and a practitioner, that's really helpful in kind of sharpening my skills and knowledge in the area of educational psychology. I particularly like the problem-based learning approach used on the program. It has helped to make me a more self-sufficient and self-directed learner. I've also learned a lot about working in teams and sharing your feedback and opinions in a very constructive and tactful way. I think coming to London and coming to UCL was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, both personally as well as professionally. I'm very glad for the experiences that I have in London. And I'm also glad that UCL has actually shaped me in terms of sharpening my professional artistry as an educational psychologist. So UCL was my first choice and it still remains my first choice.